Broadcasting from Cincinnati, you're listening to the Ringside Reporter Podcast. All the news from the world of boxing right here.
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you.
Now, here's your host, Eric Lorda.
And we are live. Welcome to the Ringside Reporter Show, where we talk about the latest boxing news. If it's related to boxing, we'll talk about it right here. My name is Eric Lorta, and I'm here with my co-host, Joe Habib. We got a great show for you today, and if you want to call in, you can call 570-530-8316. Let's get it started. From Lithuania. Beeb, we caught this on YouTube. You caught this on YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't know what channel this was on or if it was even on a channel.
Yeah.
This is Eimantas Stanionis versus Jabulani McKenzie. 10 rounds, junior middleweight. Stanionis, easy win. 99-91, 100-80, 99-91. Stanionis dominated the fight from start to finish. This was the first fight back for Stanionis since losing to Boots in April. Beeb, how did you think he looked? And I mean, obviously this was it was one of those guys that was like, this was meant to be. You know what I mean? This was a step-up fight for him.
Yeah, it's hard to really gauge. I get what you don't want to see any degradation in the guy. He looked like his normal self. You know what I mean? And it's crazy too because everybody is moving up to 154. Like this 147-pound division is kind of barren now. Who's left down there? I mean, Conor Benn, they're saying is going to go back down there. You got Mario Barrios. You got Devin Haney is going to be fighting there now. Brian Norman Jr. So Brian Norman Jr. is probably the guy to carry the torch at 147. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Stanionis performs at 154 because I thought Boots handled him very, very easily. So I don't know if at 154 he's going to be a better fighter or not. But this was not that type of fight where you're really going to see much because it was just kind of like a sparring session, really. He was just beating the hell out of this guy. I felt bad for him, to be honest.
Wow. Yeah, it was one-sided. And, he's going to go back. He was at 154 for this fight or whatever. It was a junior middleweight limiter, And
is he going back down?
He's got to go back down, right?
You think so?
Yeah, he's not going to swim at the 154.
Yeah, I don't know.
You think the 147 is the weakest division of champions there is.
Yeah.
Who you got? You got Brian Norman, WBO, Brian Norman, who's unproven, who looks like the goods right now, but he's unproven, right?
Yeah.
IBF has got Lewis Crocker. If anybody says he's the best one here, stop it.
Yeah.
He's not even close, son. Come
then
on.
You got Barrios.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Barrios.
So, the welterweight division is slim pickings
Barrios
right
is
now.
your champion. There's a problem, right? Barrios, no, he's terrible.
Who arguably lost to Manny Pacquiao in his last fight.
Now, Boots Ennis is WBA, but he's moving up. And so who's the WBA regular champion? Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero. If Stanionis comes back, he can run that whole division.
I think they elevated Rolly Romero to full champion because Boots vacated, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but yeah. So
Rolly Romero.
I mean, come on, man. I mean,
Mario Barrios, Lewis Crocker.
In any one of those fights. In any one of them. Maybe sans Brian Norman, but maybe. I think Brian Norman really hasn't fought anybody.
Yeah, but Brian Norman, he's a pretty explosive guy. He's quick. Yeah. He's got a really good jab. He can punch too.
Now, who is he fighting next? Who is Brian Norman fighting next?
He's fighting Devin Haney next.
Yeah, good luck, man. I don't know, man. But Devin Haney's, who knows?
Brian Norman's a big, strong guy. He's quick. He's a hard puncher. I think that's a tough one for. I'm picking Brian Norman to win that fight.
Are you really?
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not high on Devin Haney, to be honest with you.
Dare you? What, he gets one loss and that's it, and then you just jump off the bandwagon.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going down with the ship, man. I'm picking Brian Norman as well.
You picking Brian Norman to win too?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
And then when Devin Haney wins, I'll say
Devin Haney let us down, man.
Yeah, he really did.
Let us down.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. He should have massacred Ryan Garcia.
He wants to be litigious now. He wants to sue people. Well, all right.
You're gonna sue somebody. You're in the game. Like what? Who sues?
I mean, Robbie
what I
comes
mean?
on there every week and bullies me. You don't see me taking legal action against
You're
him.
not taking legal action, and I commend you for that. I got to be honest. I commend you for
know?
that. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, and that was the fights this weekend. Not a whole lot of action, but let's say Stanionis does come back down. He runs 147, right?
I think Brian. I'll be honest with you. I like Brian Norman.
Devin Haney and Brian Norman are the two toughest ones in there.
Yeah, Brian Norman's a slight favorite on that fight too.
I tell you what, I would like to see Stanionis versus Crocker. Or Barrios.
Stanionis could beat either one of those guys without a question.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Right?
I don't know. Maybe this was a one-off, Eric. I don't know for sure, but we'll see.
It would make sense. Like if I was his manager and stuff like that, that's where I would be guiding him to.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't even know if he's having problems making the weight or if this was just one fight. We'll see. We'll see what happens if he stays up there or if he goes back down.
Yeah. Yeah. I would like to see, like I said, man, if his management team, that's what I would be doing is putting him down there. Because 154, I mean, you got Boots back up at 154.
He already was a champion. He already was a champion down there.
So go become one other one, man. Because 154 ain't for you, man.
But the thing is, Eric, is all the money's going to be at 154 now because there's no huge money fights down there at 147.
Well, there's no huge money fights yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so,
we'll see.
Yeah.
See how it plays out.
All right, so let's go to the upcoming fights here. That was all the action this weekend. There was, I believe that was all the action this weekend. There might have been a couple of straggler fights, but that's it.
Yeah, there was a couple of fights on DAZN, but they were kind of like low-profile regional fights. Those are,
What else was chick fights on DAZN?
There was a chick fight on there, but it was a Jake Paul MVP show. But
we can't miss those because those are so great, you know.
That girl Valet, I guess she was supposed to be the big thing for Jake Paul. It was a huge signing, and she actually got upset she lost. So,
did she really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember them signing her and like making a huge deal about it.
Yeah. She lost.
October 4th in Glasgow, Scotland, on DAZN. Cristobal Lorente versus Nathaniel Collins, 12 rounds featherweights. Are we for real here? This is what you guys are paying for, right? This is what you guys are paying for, so there's no action next week. That's it. That was the main event on DAZN from Glasgow. Wow.
And then
October is going to be a good month. Don't get me wrong, but the beginning of October, awful.
But here's a problem. You got a lot of pay-per-views coming up on DAZN too. You got that Fabio Wardley, Joseph Parker fights pay-per-view. You got the Conor Benn, Chris Eubank Jr. rematch. That's pay-per-view.
Nope on both of them. And
then the good thing, though, I think the November 22nd card is not pay-per-view, and that has David Benavidez versus Anthony Yard. And I think that has who else is on that card? If I'm not mistaken, there's someone else on that. That's the Devin Haney, Brian Norman Jr. fight. I believe is the main event on that card.
All right, so check this out. So October, and let me run down the cards for October here. October 11th, the big one is going to be in Philadelphia on DAZN. That's Boots Ennis versus Lima. October 17th, October 18th, Brooklyn, New York, pay-per-view. This is pay-per-view.
Other one.
Right? Pay-per-view on millions.co pay-per-view, whatever that is. Danny Garcia versus Daniel Gonzalez. Danny Garcia on pay-per-view versus this dude. Who is this?
That's what I'm saying.
And Danny Garcia ain't fought in 10 years?
I'm thinking this. I think what they're saying is this is like going to be his farewell fight or something like that.
Okay, so you fight this dude?
Yeah.
Stop it.
I don't care.
Nobody cares about that fight. Let's see what else we got here. South Padre Island, 25th. Yeah, the 25th, DAZN, Joseph Parker, Fabio Wardley. And you're saying that's a pay-per-view as well?
That's pay-per-view as well, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. PBC
pay-per-view, October 25th. Same day. Day. Pay-per-views on both channels.
Yeah.
PBC pay-per-view on Prime. Sebastian Fundora versus Keith Thurman.
Keith Thurman, yeah.
That's another fight I'm really not interested in. I mean, listen, I'll watch it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to pay for it. Put it that way. I'm not going to pay for it. I'll catch it
And
later on.
And they wonder why, man. Boxing's losing it, man. They're losing
PBC. Let me tell you what.
fans.
PBC is terrible, son. They're done.
The only thing we can
gotta be
hope
done,
for,
right?
the only bright spot is we're starting to see PBC fighters work with Turkey Al-Sheikh. Like David Benavidez is going over there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, and then I'm also hearing that Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez fight.
Is that coming through?
I'm hearing that's going to be close, and that's going to be also a PBC promoted card. They're promoting that fight. So I don't know if Tio is if Tio's still with Top Rank, and I don't have to do speech on that. Bob is just letting him go over there for a fight. I don't know, but yeah, that fight's Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez, and I believe that's going to be a Turkey Al-Sheikh. It's going to be a ring card.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be a Turkey Al-Sheikh funded card, I believe, from what I'm hearing. So we'll see. That looks like it's going to get done from what I'm hearing.
Wow.
So that's a good fight.
At least that's a good fight. Who do you like in that fight?
I like Shakur.
I do too.
I like Shakur.
You're not going to touch him. He's not going to engage, and you're not going to touch him.
And Shakur is a pretty big lightweight. He's about 5'8". He's got some long arms to him. He could potentially grow into being a welterweight. I could see him growing into a welterweight. I think he'll be fine.
See, Floyd Mayweather was like 130, 135 pounds.
Yeah.
He was knocking people out left and right. I mean, he was searching before you couldn't hit him.
Yeah.
He was still untouchable then.
Yeah.
Like, why can't Shakur do that same thing?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's hard to say. I guess
he's got all the talent, right?
You are who you are. He's just not that guy, you know.
He doesn't want to get hit. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to. He never puts himself in positions of.
It's crazy too. They say when guys move up in weight, they start getting less knockouts. But Crawford was that kind of the opposite of that because he had like 100% knockout ratio at 147.
Yeah,
and you could criticize the competition all you want, but Sean Porter never got knocked out before.
Yeah, he took Sean Porter apart, man. Yeah,
he knocked Sean Porter out.
And I don't think that fight was that close,
never got knocked out. Yeah. Errol Spence never got knocked out before.
Yeah, he got ruined in that fight.
Got ruined in that fight. So you can say what you want, but
that was the last time he fought, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then people criticize Crawford's resume, particularly at 147. But who didn't he fight at 147? He fought Spence. He fought Porter. I mean, he did fight Brook and Khan, who were past.
He was calling out Charlos. He was calling out the Charlos.
Yeah, and the only guys, I think you had like Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia, but those were guys that didn't want to fight him.
Right.
And those were guys, Keith Thurman, I mean, he lost to Manny Pacquiao. Danny Garcia lost to Thurman, and he lost to Sean Porter. So he beat the man at 147. So I don't know. I think the whole thing with the resume, I get it, but he fought whoever was available to him. So what can you say?
Yeah. What are you gonna do? All right, let's go to the news and rumors here. This is nuts, man. So we talked about this last week about the Jake Paul Tank fight moving to Florida.
Yeah.
And they had two press conferences this week.
Yeah.
They had two press conferences this week. My honest opinion on this, man, Tank looked like he'd rather be anywhere else in these press conferences.
Looked like he was checked out, right?
He looked like he was disinterested in the fight. He didn't know what weight the fight was going to take place at. He looked surprised when they said 195. He thought it was 190. The face-off, like the optics of the face-off, look ridiculous.
Then they were crying about the gloves too, and then I guess now they're Jake's going to be wearing 10s and Tank's going to be wearing 8s now, according to
I guarantee they're both going to be they're both going to be wearing 12 ounces come fight time.
Yeah,
guaranteed.
That could be a commission thing too, Eric. Right? The commission could demand that, like, hey, because this is an exhibition, because there's such a
exhibition is 12 ounce, right?
Because it's such a large weight discrepancy, and they've already. I believe this is another thing I heard too, is like they don't want them to fight in a competitive way. Like they want this just to be a strict exhibition. But now they're saying that they have. Yeah, now they're having judges be here, and I think some overseas accounts have lines for this fight. I think Gervonta Davis is a minus 205, and Jake Paul is a plus 155. So,
well, how are you going to determine who wins?
well, they are going to have judges, but it's not going to count on the record. So they're still going to score it.
You're talking about celebrity judges, though.
I don't know if it's professional or celebrity, but they're saying that this fight is going to be scored by 3 judges. That's what they said at the press conference. It's going to be
scored by like Antonio Tarver and guys like that. It's not going to be like Steve Weisfeld.
Yeah, like they did with Roy Jones. Judges. Like they did with the Roy Jones Mike Tyson fight. Remember how they had like unofficial scorers doing that fight? Remember?
Yeah, but Christy Martin didn't win. There was nobody. Yeah, there was no winner. I mean, clearly Mike Tyson won that fight, right?
Yeah, but then they kind of scored it a draw just to kind of make it like there was no winner.
Yeah, how did they fight? How did they? Yeah, they had celebrity judges. They all scored it. They scored it a draw. There's no way that was a draw.
Yeah, Mike Tyson won that fight.
Easily won that fight.
Even though they agreed not to hit each other in the face, Mike Tyson still won the fight.
Oh, this is terrible. It's just awful. Yeah, Snoop Dogg's going to be judging this one too. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Tim Bradley. Let's see here. Tim Bradley stated that they think they're forcing him to fight Jake Paul. They're forcing Tank to fight Jake Paul because PBC is on his last legs. I don't know if this is the case or not, but like he said, they wanted Canelo to do the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
I don't know. You know, I suspect, because I don't know if you saw that statement from Tom Brown. Brown, he endorsed the changes to the Muhammad Ali Act, the Muhammad Ali Boxing Revival Act. He wrote a statement.
There you go.
And that kind of set a firestorm off. Like, okay, what is Tom Brown looking to do? Is he looking to work with the TKO and maybe some of those PBC fighters? Because a lot of those PBC fighters, they're not signed to long-term deals, right?
Yeah.
They're kind of like fight to fight. And Tom Brown's like the quasi promoter for PBC. So what I'm guessing is a lot of those guys on PBC, the lower level guys that, you know how they have so many guys on the roster, but they don't fight. Maybe those guys are going to go over to TKO, Eric. That's what I'm guessing. I could be wrong, but I think Tom Brown may be working with TKO, and he may be bringing some fighters over there with them, in my opinion. So I think the writing is on the wall. Is PBC going to last? Are they going to be around, or are they going to downscale their roster greatly because they can't afford to pay these guys? I don't know.
Look, man, that's the thing.
But 85% of the shows that they're putting on, Eric, are pay-per-view, because that means they can't afford to pay them straight out of the budget. They need pay-per-view dollars to pay these guys.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, like he said, and what Tim Bradley said, like he said he got inside sources on this. Whether it's true or whether it's not true, listen, it's a rumor. I don't know. But it makes sense because when Canelo was at PBC, they wanted him to fight Jake Paul.
Yeah.
That was the big fight.
Yeah.
And then Turkey got him. And then Turkey yanked him out of there and then did whatever, signed him into another contract or whatever. But they wanted him to fight Jake Paul. Now they want Tank to fight Jake Paul. Son, they got nobody. And Tank doesn't, listen, man, and Tank's resume isn't the greatest either.
Yeah.
So, and I don't care. Maybe I get some blowback from that, but it's not. It's not the greatest one either. It's not.
I found something very interesting. And I think I sent you this interview, but I don't know if you remember this portion of it when they asked Jake, do you think this fight with Tank is going to do as well as Mike Tyson? And he immediately said, no. Mike Tyson's he's on another level. He's worldwide known, blah, blah, blah. So I kind of did some research and I looked at the numbers, right? And I looked at the social media following of Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, and I actually looked at Gervonta Davis, and I looked at Ryan Garcia, because Ryan Garcia is another guy who has a huge social media following. And Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, they're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok, right? And combined, Jake Paul has 78,500,000, right? Mike Tyson has 80,938,000. And Jake Paul jumped on social media, started being on social media in 2013. Mike Tyson started in 2019. So whoever is doing PR and working behind the scenes for both guys, but particularly Mike Tyson, to only be on social media for 6 years and amass that big of a following. Yeah. So combined, they have 159 28,438,000 followers on their social media platforms, and 68% of that following, which was 108 million, they tuned into that. Those amount of households that have Netflix tuned into that fight. Now, when you look at Gervonta Davis, he has 8,800,000, but he's only on Instagram and Twitter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, if you do the numbers, I don't know if it's gonna come close to what they did, but you could get similar to the Crawford Canelo numbers, in my opinion. But here's another thing, Eric: the genius that Gervonta Davis is, he's already doing a horrible job promoting the fight. But guess what else he does? He shuts down his social media because he's getting torched on social media by the fans. So he shuts down his Instagram, and he shuts down his Twitter. Right. That's going to be great for helping to promote the fight.
Right. He's a baby son.
You're looking at Jake Paul, and I'm kind of seeing him at the press conference, and 2 press conferences in a row, he looked over and says, "Hey man, you're boring, man." Like you could see it's he's looking over there. It's like, damn man, what do I got to do? And I remember watching the Mike Tyson press conferences with Jake Paul. Mike Tyson did a phenomenal job. He was laughing, having a good time. Yeah. His little kids came up and asked him questions, and he was like, "Hey, who let that kid in?" He's laughing. Everyone, listen. The advantages that Mike Tyson and Jake Paul have is they're like the anti-hero, meaning they can be the good guy and they can be the heel.
Absolutely.
That's like Steve Austin. Steve Austin could Hulk Hogan.
Can't ask for more than that.
Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan. These are the guys that were just icons, right? Because they even The Rock, he could be the heel. Like whenever you can have a guy that can play both sides, right?
That's it, man.
Tank is just out of his element here. Like he just doesn't even want to be there. It's as if he was forced to show up there.
That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like.
So, and then, you want to talk about the numbers that Tank did with Ryan Garcia, right? Ryan Garcia has 23,400,000 social media followings. So you could argue that
Garcia carried that fight as far as promotion.
Exactly, he did, Eric.
Sure.
73% of the people that bought that pay-per-view bought it because of Ryan Garcia. Without Ryan Garcia, Tank's pay-per-view buys average 255,286. He is a moderate star. And I'm not, Beeb, you're hating. Oh, you're hating. Tank does it for the culture. Doesn't matter. The culture's not buying the pay-per-views. It's that simple. So I don't know, man. This probably will do good numbers because of Jake, but I'm not sure.
I don't know that it does great numbers. I'll be honest. I don't think it does.
I think it may do good numbers. I don't think it. I'd be hard pressed to say that if it's going to do more than Canelo Crawford. I really am. I think it. Yeah, I don't even know. Jake said he goes. We could do about the same as that, or we could. He even said we could do slightly less because he's sitting there saying to himself, "What the fuck did I do?
He's bringing this guy on board, right? Like it's a one-man promotion at this point.
This guy is not helping me. He's not helping. He's actually hurt. If you watch those press conferences, there's nothing in those press conferences that scream, "I want to see this."
Nothing. That face-off was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It looks like Jake Paul fighting a midget. It just does.
And then Tank, he's on Twitter, and people are his own fans. He goes, they're like, "Tank, I love you. I've been a fan for a long time. I just wish you, I wish you got that lick back for, with what's
Lamont
his name
Roach.
there? Lamont Roach.
Yeah.
I wish you got that get back with Lamont Roach. Oh, I can't wait to see you fight. You know what Tank's saying to these guys? Shut the fuck up. Can't you just appreciate, leave me alone, and let me do my thing, blah, blah, blah.
You ain't got no thing to do. What are you doing?
It's like he's shitting on his fans, and these idiots are sitting there like a bunch of cucks. Like, oh, I'm sorry, Tank. I didn't mean to get you upset. Like, bro, why do people support fighters that don't care about them? You literally hear fighters say,
"No idea.
I'll do whatever I want. I don't care what the fans want." Blah blah blah, and then you have these idiots talking about, well, these guys are putting their lives on the line, blah blah blah. Okay, again, I mean, I'm not going to make light of any fatalities in boxing, but this isn't like the gladiator days where people fought to the death. there's like one death in every 10,000 fights. It's like 0.1% fatality rate in boxing, which again, I'm not making light of. But don't sit there and say like overstate, oh, we're putting our lives on the line. Like it's when you match fighters up evenly, the risk of fatality is very low. People get injured and you have fatalities because of mismatches. So asking the best to fight the best isn't like, oh, well, they're putting their lives on the line. No, because when people are equally matched, the chances of someone getting really badly hurt or a fatality happening lessens. The only time that usually happens, not the only time, but more often than not, is when you have the mismatches. So if you really cared about fighter safety, you would want the best to fight the best because you'd have a great fight, but also it lessens the chance of someone getting badly hurt.
Right.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah, I agree. Also, too, Tank, he took to social media, took to X, and posted the following: boxing definitely did a turn. It went from this side to that side, and the shit has no loyalty. So why would I care? I move accordingly. Boxing is dead.
And then the next day he fucking shuts down his fucking Twitter and his Instagram.
Yeah, right.
So why would I be a fan of this guy? Why?
So what do you think about the fight? I mean, I think he's checked out. I don't think he cares at all.
You know what I'm saying?
And I tell you what, Jake Paul is big.
Yeah.
He's not going to knock Jake Paul out. I don't think he can knock Jake Paul out. I don't.
Well, do you think they're going to fight for real, or how do you think this is going to go down?
No, I don't think they're going to fight. I don't know. I don't know. There's got to be some action in there. You know yourself, when you put on gloves and somebody's in front of you, you're going to hit him. You know what I mean?
Like, they are going to score the fight, but it's not going to go on anyone's record. So what do you like? How do you think this is going to go down? Like,
and let me tell you what, for Jake, Jake's a money grab. You know, Jake's going to win, or Jake's going to, no matter what, he's going to play it off.
Jake is a marketing genius.
He absolutely
I can't really hate on Jake because I know he trolls. I know that if you want to get mad at anybody, the WBA ranked the guy 15.
Yeah.
That's
right.
So if you have a problem, take it up with the WBA. Like, Jake is trolling everybody. This is sports entertainment.
Yeah.
That's all. Look at this like the WWE. All right. Don't sit there and just like they have the Misfits boxing. You have Tommy Fury, KSI, all those guys over there. Yeah, you have the BKB. There's different areas of boxing. This is over there. This is not Canelo Crawford. Right. The cream will always rise to the top. The highest grossing fights of all time were the best fighting the best. So these are novelty one-offs. They're not going to be the norm. Like the highest paid boxers in the world, Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, Anthony Joshua, Canelo Alvarez. These are high-level fighters, highly skilled fighters, okay? It's not Jake Paul. It's not Tank Dave. Now, Jake Paul was on that list, but he was way down. But a credit to him. This is like sports entertainment. You know, and I think Jake should just embrace it. Like, you know what? And I'm here to put on. Like, even Tommy Fury, he said, you know what? If I fight again, I'm gonna. He fought on Misfits. He fought KSI on Misfits. So he goes, I can make more money doing this, so I'm gonna do this from now on. Like, there's no shame in that.
No shame.
There's no shame in that. Like, I know Jake Paul likes to troll, and before every press conference, they're like, Jake Paul is now ranked number 15 by the WBA. Like, again, it's all like, I don't know. I think deep down inside, they know that he's not going to be champion, but they're just
of course they know. Yeah,
they're going to play this out as long as they can. And again, no gimmick lasts forever. You've seen Mayweather have that one successful exhibition with Logan Paul, but after that, none of his exhibitions have really been well received. They haven't done well.
No.
So at some point, the public is going to be like, okay, this ran its course. The novelty is worn off. Let's get back to the real stuff.
Yeah. And it's, Jake Paul is like the Andy Kaufman of this, you know what I mean? Of this era.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. That was a great analogy. He most certainly is.
He's like the P.T. Barnum, he's the ringleader,
That's all it is.
And I tell you what, like, as far as fighting goes, he's been fighting long enough where he knows how to protect himself and everything like that. Does Gervonta, does he win this fight? I mean, I don't know. You don't know really what to expect.
Yeah, I don't know how this is going to, and here's the thing, Eric. Like Mike Tyson is a showman. Jake Paul, he's a showman. Roy Jones is a showman too. Like they know how to kind of go through the motions.
Yep.
Does Tank know how to navigate his way through this?
I don't know. It doesn't look like it.
Can he follow a script?
Yeah.
Can he? Or we're just going to move around? You know? Can he?
Right.
Okay, let's get that down. Can he even do that accordingly and appropriately? I don't know. I don't know.
I have no idea.
He may try to sucker him. I don't even know.
Oh, that would be great. It's
He may try to sucker him.
Yeah. Jake Paul said he's bringing in Shakur Stevenson to train with him.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know. So, as if the fight itself wasn't bad enough, right?
Yeah.
They announced the undercard. This is beautiful. This is just beautiful.
Love it.
On the undercard, the co-main, Alicia Baumgartner versus Layla Bedouin. Really? That's your co-main. All right, whatever. Gary Antoine Russell versus Andy Hiraka. Ellie Skotny versus Mayeli Flores. Could you pick a worse undercard?
Don't say that to Ring IQ. He loves the female fighters.
Oh, stop.
He loves the female fighters. And I like some female boxing. I'm not a diehard like some other people out there. I don't dislike it.
Well,
but I'm just not a huge I like Katie Taylor.
Yeah.
You know, I
like watching her fight.
I like watching her fight. You know,
now they said the Baumgartner one is going to be 3 minutes.
Yeah,
they're going to make
312s actually. But here's the thing, Eric. Every time they do the 312s, guess what? She's gonna knock this girl out in like 2 or 3 round. So like it's not like
so nobody cares.
Do a 312 if you're gonna fight someone like Amanda Serrano. If you're gonna fight someone like the hell is her name there, Scotty or someone like that. You know.
Yeah.
Chantel Cameron or someone like that. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with boxing here. I think Beeb is a misogynist. I mean, he's just dumping all over women's boxing, and I think it sucks. So.
That's an overreach.
Is it though?
It's an overreach.
Is it? Are you sure? I'm not sure it is.
My honey dips are very pleased with the way they're treated.
I just think the fact that you call them honey dips would just
elevate
my point.
They love it. That's a personal request on their part.
All right. Well, listen, man. Aaron Daly disagrees. He says Antoine Russell is a good fight. Hiroka has a very good chance. All right. Well, hey,
that may be a decent one. I don't know.
It's not going to be a decent one, son.
Chantel Cameron, Alicia Baumgartner, Michaela Mayer. I don't get up for Clarissa Shields fights. There's no competition in those divisions. I'm sorry to be an asshole, but there just isn't.
No, I can't get behind.
I like the lower weight class. The lower weight classes. You know.
All right, let me bring in Robert here and see if he watched the stuff. Robert, you're live.
Hello, guys. How are
Robert,
you?
do you want to apologize?
Congratulations, Eric, on your Reds making the playoffs.
Oh, thank you, my man. Thank you. I got it right here. Cincy,
do you want to apologize to Eric for what you did earlier in the week, talking trash about him because he forgot one fight on the schedule?
Do what?
My God.
I told you I was going to bring it up, didn't I? I warned you. You know. You got a lot. You always want to degrade Eric's performance on this show, and I'll tell you. I'll tell you one thing. You're not perfect. You got a lot of skeletons in your closet, right? And I got the key to the door of your closet, so don't let me have to open that door up one day.
You have the key to those skeletons in his closet.
I most certainly have the key to that closet. So don't let me turn that key and open up all your skeletons. All right. You like to take shots at Eric. You come on and you take shots at me. Why can't you just come on and just enjoy the show? You always got to nitpick. Oh well, Beeb, I don't like the lighting. The lighting didn't look great. Eric, you forgot this. Beeb, you forgot to say that. Like, why do you always got to nitpick, Eric, Robbie? And then I get reports from Human Resources. You're calling them every week, begging them to come back on full time. No, after they hear this stuff, you're never going to get a full time slot again because you keep taking shots at Eric.
Eric, have I called you every week and asked to come back on full time?
No, I said Human Resources.
Human Resources.
Don't bother Eric. HR has relayed to me. HR has relayed to me that you are calling them every week. They're tired of it. You're tired of it. They already gave you the severance package. They allow you to use the gym facilities.
All right, I'm going to shut
they
up.
allow you to use
until
the
he's done
gym facilities at the headquarters. What else do
Which
you
are
want?
very nice facilities, by the way.
What else do you want?
The Reds will be World Series champions again, man. Look at that. Look at that. Somebody commented. That's amazing. I think that's me that commented.
Well,
but
you know, in the first round, Eric, if I have the pairings correctly,
Dodgers.
that means the Reds are going to be playing the Dodgers.
Yeah, that's an easy win.
So no apology, Robert.
Easy
no
work
apology.
right there.
Robert, no apology.
I'll tell you what, the Reds have a good chance. You know why? Because the Dodgers have a terrible bullpen. You take their starting pitching out, their bullpen is a disaster.
Yeah, well, so ours is too. Ours isn't very good either. We'll see, man. We'll see what happens, man. We got Dela Cruz.
I think you have an advantage. I think you have an advantage in the dugout because I think Terry Francona is a hell of a lot better manager than Dave Roberts.
I would agree with that. Francona's really good, man.
Yep. Yes, he is.
Yeah, he took this team. He took this team to the playoffs for the first year. I think it's first year for Francona, right?
Yeah, and they talked him out of retirement to have him come to Cincinnati and look at the job he's done. You know,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
love it. Love
yep.
it.
No apology.
Did you catch any of the press conference, Robert?
I didn't catch it live, but I heard clips of it, and
you didn't see it,
Davis is checked out.
I know you're lying.
Davis is checked out.
Yeah, Davis definitely checked out.
You didn't see any clips, Robert.
Okay, so what do you think? I mean, as far as this fight goes, right? So, like, there's going to be no judges. It sounds like the celebrity judges that were there for the Tyson fight, and they all scored it a draw because they didn't want to be rude to anybody. How does this? I mean, realistically, does Tank have a shot here? I mean, like, as far as
Eric, let's look at the optics of this. Jake is what, 6'6", 6'1"?
Yeah.
And Tank is like 5'5". How in the world is it even going to be competitive with the size difference? Everybody was complaining about Canelo and Crawford being a size problem. This is going to look even worse. Davis has never fought over 140. Jake has always fought either 200 or above because he's either fought cruiserweight or heavyweight. I really don't know how this is going to turn out.
That would be like you versus
I don't
me,
have.
Robert.
I don't have a problem with Jake doing these kind of things, but I would feel much better about it if he would have people his own size. This to me is a circus.
He was supposed to fight Anthony Joshua. That was the fight that was being ballied about. You know, he was supposed to face Anthony Joshua. I would have watched that. That would have been huge. That would have been a huge fight.
That would have been awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would have been a lot better, too.
Because you know what was going to happen. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's just like when Joshua fought, what's his name, Ngannou. Remember that? When he fought Francis Ngannou.
I do.
Jerry called in here, and he literally said that Jake has a shot against Joshua. That is
well, you know what?
That's insanity. That is pure insanity.
No way.
There's no way.
I said when the Ngannou fight happened, Antonio, my son Antonio was like, he thought Ngannou was going to win. I'm like, son, there ain't no way. He was like, look how he did against Fury. I said, dude, I'm telling you, this is a different animal. A different animal.
Yeah, Fury and Joshua are two different players.
Joshua was not going to not train for that fight. He was not going to not take that fight serious.
Exactly.
Paul should have went after who's the Swedish guy? Who was the you know who I'm talking about, the cruiserweight.
I can't remember his name.
Older guy.
Oh, Badu Jack.
Badu Jack, that was it. Friend of the show.
Badu Jack, yeah.
Badu Jack. That would have been the fight. That would have been the fight to make.
Yeah.
It really would have been.
And Badu Jack still has a title.
Right. That would have been the fight. That's a winnable fight. Because you never know when Father Time is coming up. I mean, but
that's right.
That being said, you know, Badu Jack is an Olympian.
I would still pick Badu.
I would still pick Badu Jack too, no question. But he's got a better shot against Badu Jack than he does Anthony Joshua, put it that way.
Sure.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, what do you think? Let me ask you. Tank size, what do you do with that?
Can I be honest with you? If this is a real fight, I think Jake would beat him. He's because Jake is not he's not horrible. He's
No.
just so big. It's like I don't think Tank would beat Jake.
Jake's a
real fight.
big guy.
Yeah,
He's
if
a
this was
big,
real,
muscled up guy.
Even Crawford said like if this was real, Jake would win.
Yeah.
I think Jake's too big.
Yeah,
Jake's not Jake knows how to fight. Like he's not trash. You know what I mean?
right.
He has a very powerful right hand.
You know, listen, could he beat any top amateur? No, he's
No.
not. But
Is
he
Jake like a
knows-
top 25 guy, maybe top
Nah.
30? I don't know, but
I don't know. Could he beat some guys in the top 30? Probably.
probably lower, like the lower guys.
Yeah, lower levels.
Yeah,
But guys that are hungry and do this all the time, no.
no, he's not beating like top 10 contenders. No,
Well,
top
you can, and
15,
you watch him fight, and you see like a lot of flaws, but you expect a lot of flaws
sure.
because of his competition. He hasn't fought, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then he gets tired sometimes too. He fades, and maybe
I think I would wonder if I wonder where Tank's head is in all this, because this is a winnable fight for Tank. You know what I mean? It's a winnable fight. Here's my theory. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think Tank goes to the body, and that's it. I don't think he even goes head hunting. I think Tank goes to the body, 4 or 5 rounds. Paul's going to wear out, and then Tank's going to let loose.
So you think it's going to
whether
be you think it's going to be a real fight?
No, but I don't think Tank knocks him out. Put it that way. I think Jake stands there and everything like that, but I don't think he gets knocked out. And I think it goes.
I
to a
think if
decision.
anybody knocks anybody out, Jake knocks Tank out.
Wow, could you imagine his career? Let's talk about this for a second. If Tank gets knocked out by Jake Paul, his career is done.
Well, he's telling everybody this is his last fight.
Well, they say that a lot.
Yeah,
You know.
Doesn't seem like he wants to continue. He's not very enthusiastic about continuing his career.
CN, thank you so much, my friend. He says PBC's YouTube channel has a video of Tank beating heavyweights high scores on the arcade punch machine, for what it's worth. And I tell you, what's funny is that you know what they're talking about, that little speed bag thing, and they hit it and it tells you how many pounds or how much it does. I don't know how accurate it is or anything like that.
I'm not a fan of Tank the person, but I can't take away the fact that he is a dangerous fighter. He can punch. All
right, well, let me ask you guys this. Let me ask you that, Robert, and you can chime in on this too. If Tank's career ended today, is he a Hall of Famer?
No.
No, I agree.
Absolutely not. Because let's face it, guys. The biggest name on his resume is Ryan Garcia.
Right.
Yeah.
And Ryan Garcia has never had a legitimate title.
Lost to Raleigh Romero. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
That's the biggest name on his resume. That it really is.
I would put Gervonta Davis's resume as a very disappointing boxing career, because this guy has all the talent in the world.
Yeah.
He could have dominated divisions if he really put his heart and soul into it. And he acted like he never really cared about it. He didn't want to fight the big fight. He didn't want to test himself. He wants to take the easy way out. And for a boxing fan, that's disappointing, because Gervonta Davis had all the promise in the world. He's basically throwing his career away.
Yeah, I would agree. This is bad optics for Davis. This is bad optics. For Paul, nobody cares, because Paul will fight midgets. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
He'll fight anybody. It doesn't matter.
This is more of the same from Paul, but
right. But for Gervonta Davis to take this fight, man, come on.
And shame on the WBA. Why don't they strip him? They want to order mandatories for everybody
because
else.
they rank Jake, but they rank Jake Paul 15th, and you're asking me why they don't strip Gervonta?
Yeah. They want to strip everybody else, right? But they want to force mandatories for everyone else.
Come on,
that's why these sanctioning bodies are a joke.
Yeah. All right, Robert, let me put you back on hold. I might bring you back on. So hold on.
Get him out of here.
Oh, that's cold-blooded, man. All right, so Terence Crawford. Let's switch gears here. Terence Crawford. Parade yesterday in Omaha, Nebraska. Let me tell you what, B. We both saw the video, both saw the parade and everything like that. There looked like there were thousands of people there.
A lot of
that
people.
Street was
they looked
packed.
like they were having a great time there.
It looked amazing, man.
It was a good parade. It was a good presentation. Good speeches from everyone. I thought Shakur gave a really good speech.
I did too. I was happy to see him there. It was neat to see him there and to see these fighters really come together, you know.
He has a lot of potential to be the heir apparent. He could be that next guy in America, Shakur Stevenson. I really believe that.
Shields was there too. Clarissa Shields was there also. Just very good, man. Just very good stuff. Until 1:30 a.m. in Omaha, Nebraska, downtown. Which you figure Terence Crawford is still out, right? Yeah. I don't have any problem with him being out at 1:30. It's his day. He got a key to the city. They're out there partying and everything like that.
Yeah.
Police pull Terence Crawford over, get him out of his car at gunpoint. Drew the gun. We got the video. Drew the gun. Got him out of the car. Crawford never, not once, raised his voice. He completely acted accordingly, did his thing, did exactly what the officer told him to do, put his hands on the car and everything like that. That was ridiculous. They were all carrying. They were carrying. He said Terence had a gun on the driver's seat or whatever, or on on the floor. I think it was on the floor. I think you're right. I think it was on the floor. Cop drew out the gun. Now here's the thing: did he have it illegally? No. You're allowed to conceal carry in Omaha. It's just like Ohio. Nebraska's just like Ohio when it comes to gun laws. There is no rules. Yeah. If I want to take a gun somewhere, I can do it. If I want to put the gun in my pocket and walk it in somewhere, I can do it. That's not illegal. You can carry a gun anywhere in Ohio. That's why you got to be tough to live in Ohio, you know what I'm saying? But be that as it may, you can do the same thing in Nebraska. So they pulled him out of there. You know, and I just thought that was horrible. I mean, you sent me the story, and what were your thoughts?
You could hear him saying, "We're not going for the gun. We're not. Here's my hands. We're not going for the gun. We're not going for the gun." So, from my perspective, watching the video, reading about the incident,
how do you not know who he is? By the way. If you're a cop pulling him over, how do you not know who he is? He's the key to the city. How do you not know who that guy is?
And I'm sure they must have done a lot of news stories on him leading up to the parade and everything.
Right.
All week after him winning the fight.
What else is going on in Nebraska?
Yeah, they got to be showing.
What's going on in there?
His face has to be everywhere, right? So, yeah, it seemed.
A hotbed of corn over there.
Yeah, it seemed like this was a gross overreach. I mean, you give him if you want to give him a citation for whatever traffic violation he violated, you give him the citation. You run his license, but to have him come out of the car and put his hands on the hood and all this and that, and then you pull a gun on him on top of that.
A gun.
Yeah, this seems like this doesn't seem like it. They overreacted. They overreacted.
You think? Yeah, no doubt.
You know, they
That's
overreacted.
Insane.
I think the cop must have saw the gun on the floor and he panicked or whatever. But again,
you're a cop.
You're a cop. You gotta use better judgment. You can't.
And you know the laws.
Yeah.
So if you see a gun in somebody's car, that's not illegal.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you
you know the law. So they overreacted, and it was kind of a bad look, and it was a bad ending to a great day.
Yeah. So. I mean, the guy gets his key to the city and then gets pulled over by the police at gunpoint. At gunpoint. It's your own celebration.
No, we didn't say Terence had the gun. We said it was on the floor.
It was on the floorboard.
It was the floorboard on the passenger side. But we didn't say that he had the gun.
No, he had it. Like I said, it was on the floor.
But they were concerned. They were concerned, and I don't know. They were saying I heard him say, "Here's my hands. Here's my hands."
He kept saying it. They kept.
I'm not going for anything. I'm not going for anything. So
everybody in that car was completely calm.
Yeah. So
everybody was completely calm.
It seemed as though the cop may have thought that either he or somebody in that car was going to go for the gun, and I don't know.
And then the mayor of Omaha put out a statement talking about, I talked to Bud Crawford about the police and how important it is to have basically a cohesive unit between him and the police. What is it?
Citizens and the police.
Citizens of the police.
Yeah.
You think, but putting a gun in somebody's face. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
Listen, you have a tough job. Listen, all police have a tough job. Yeah. There's no question about it. They might have the toughest job on the planet.
Sure.
Them and military personnel when there's wartime,
Tough job, yeah.
they have the toughest job on the planet. That being said, listen, it takes a certain person to become a cop. It takes a certain personality. It takes there's a certain amount of training. All that has to factor in. Not anybody can do this. Not anybody can wear that uniform. You know what I mean? And that's the point. You can't have a guy just pulling somebody out at gunpoint because you don't like the optics.
And it's not like Terence Crawford is asking for special treatment because I'm Terence Crawford. It's just like the fact that I don't think anyone during a routine traffic stop for a minor traffic violation wants to have a gun pulled out on them and be pulled out of a car and told to spread them as if they committed some type of serious offense.
And
no one wants to have to go through that for something as trivial as a traffic stop for a minor traffic violation.
Yeah. Muhammad Ali, this is from Ade Oladipo. Muhammad Ali had his story about throwing his gold medal away because he wouldn't get served in a restaurant. Now Crawford has his own story after the parade. He'll always remember this happening. Yeah, he will always remember this happening. And it just puts a dark cloud on the day, Boxing said Beebe was the hall monitor in high school. Did you notice how close that guy was with that gun when he was pointing that gun at him? He was like, and I'll be honest, and you know this from self-defense as well as I do, Beebe. You never ever touch anybody with your weapon. Never. You don't even get within arm's reach. You know what I mean? With that gun drawn out like that, man, that's crazy. Just a bad look all around. All around. Awful. Okay, so this week, there was a video going around. So the rumor started like this, right? The rumor was that Floyd Mayweather posted, the Terence Crawford thing was talking about he was the best ever and all that other stuff. So there was a lot of chatter on the internet about who was better, him or Floyd. I don't know that anybody really cares. But they said that Floyd went onto social media and posted a sparring clip, like a few-second sparring clip of him sparring Terence Crawford and him getting the better of Terence Crawford in the exchange, right? Then he took it down. That was the rumor. From that rumor, videos popped up everywhere talking about, Beebe, go ahead with this.
Yeah, so everyone just kept doing these AI videos, these clipped videos of old sparring footage of Floyd sparring other guys, and then even now you're seeing videos of supposedly Terence Crawford talking shit about Floyd Mayweather, but they're taking a clip of when he was talking shit about Jermell Charlo, because when Stephen A. Smith was interviewing him, he asked, what's going on with Jermell Charlo, and he kind of went off on Jermell Charlo because he would say, like, when I would meet Jermell Charlo in person, he'd be nice to me, and then online he talks trash to me, and then they take little snippets of clips that are totally out of context, unrelated to Terence and Floyd having a beef, and they're just kind of manufacturing this beef, and it's like it's just so funny.
Beebe. Yeah, like I sent the video to you because I couldn't decipher, and I sent him a video. It was like a 3-minute video of like AI nonsense.
But I replied immediately, that's not fucking Terence.
And I said, look at the first part of the video. I said, just look at the first part because I can't identify. It looks kind of like Mayweather because he's doing whoever was in there was doing a shoulder roll. They both had headgear on, which, is somewhat common. It's common in sparring, but like the one dude was doing a shoulder roll and the one guy you really couldn't identify. So I sent it to Beebe. I said, take a look at this. And he was like, yeah, that's not Crawford, Yeah. So, I mean, just something that quick. How fast it spiraled.
Yeah, what happened was Floyd and Terence Crawford were watching Shakur Stevenson spar like 8 months ago. And they were both there, and they took pictures and all this and that. So then, like, people just looked at that and said, hey, let's try to spin this like they were the ones sparring. You know what I mean?
Right.
And here's the thing, Eric, that this happened like 8 months ago. They were watching Shakur spar. Why would they bring it now? See how conveniently they brought it out now after Crawford was asked?
There's been a lot of that.
Because they see the comparison. They saw what Canelo said. So now they're trying to and again, credit to both Floyd and Terence Crawford because they didn't take the bait. People, you know how these reporters are. They ask these leading questions. Oh, what do you think of this? Do you think you're better than this guy? You think you're better than that guy? And they want the friggin' sound bites. And credit to Terence and credit to Floyd. Neither one of them gave the reporters the sound bites. They showed each other respect, and this is what you like to see. You're the best of your era. I'm the best of my era. We're never going to fight anyways. Let the fans have their fantasy matchup. Let them talk about it. We don't have to, fan the flames here and create some manufactured beef. And Terence Crawford's like that. He's like, you know what? They want me to be this character. They want me to hate my opponent. They want me to trash talk. He goes, I'm not going to manufacture animosity towards my opponent if I don't dislike my opponent. So he's not gonna take the bait. He's not going to be what you fucking clickbaiters out there want him to be.
Hey,
that's just the way it is.
Just real quick. Hey, Ryan Jackson. Hey, dickhead. It was on the driver's side floorboard, not the passenger side floorboard. I already said I misspoke. It was on the driver's side floorboard, though. That was accurate. Hate when they do this, like keep going on and on and on.
Oh yeah, they're just going to keep going because this is what they want to do. Because people want to argue. They want to start controversy. You corrected yourself, and that's enough.
Right. I think I said it was on the driver's side. It
was on the passenger side because
no, it was on the driver's side. I said it was on the. How did I put it? I said the gun was on the passenger seat floorboard or something like that.
Yeah.
It was something, All right. Speaking of controversy, Beeb, this is a big one. Joe Calzaghe was named the greatest fighter in British boxing history. He was crowned officially the Welsh legend who retired unbeaten in 2008, 46-0, 32 knockouts. Received the accolade at the British Boxing Hall of Fame in Hastings on Sunday, September 21st. Beeb, you represent Britain. Is he the greatest Brit in boxing history?
I don't have a problem with it.
I
think the only other person maybe is Lennox Lewis. But again, Lennox Lewis. Yeah, 46.
Roy Jones, Hall of Famer. Bernard Hopkins, Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Mikhail Kessler. Yeah.
Beat them all.
Yeah.
The only guy he didn't fight was Andre Ward, and that was afterwards. So, yeah.
Joe Calzaghe.
No problem with
he arguably, it's tough for me to pick who the best super middleweight of all time is, but in my opinion, it's between him and Andre Ward. I tend to favor Andre Ward a little bit more because I'm a little bit biased, but that's a coin flip, that fight.
I don't know.
That's a fucking coin flip.
That's a real coin flip.
I like Andre Ward a lot as a fighter.
As he was.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Calzaghe's style is a handful. And like Bernard Hopkins is the cagiest counterpuncher you'll ever see. He knows how to frustrate guys. He knows how to slow down the pace. He knows how to disrupt you by constantly hitting you on the hips and stuff and bumping you on the inside and making the fight ugly when he wants to. And he tries to muck it up. He couldn't do that against Calzaghe.
And how about Enzo Calzaghe, who trained him throughout his whole career, never boxed.
Yeah.
He was a musician.
Sure.
He was a musician.
Sure.
And he did all this. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Calzaghe or Lennox Lewis, I got to go with Calzaghe on this.
I don't have a problem with Calzaghe. I don't have a problem with Calzaghe. I mean, Lennox Lewis was the first heavyweight in a long time to get the undisputed.
Was he the first, or was Frank Bruno? Was Frank Bruno champion before?
No, but he wasn't undisputed though. Lennox Lewis was
the first undisputed. I gotcha.
Yeah, but I think he was the first heavyweight in a long time since Tyson to be undisputed. No, Holyfield did it. Yeah, Holyfield did it. I believe. Then Lennox Lewis did it. But Lennox Lewis was the last guy that was undisputed, and then it didn't. Then it didn't happen
for a while. Yeah.
Then it took Usyk to finally become undisputed after Lennox Lewis. So Lennox Lewis was the last of the undisputeds, in other words.
He says the question is, y'all think Calzaghe beats 168-pound Tony?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I think so, man. I think he was just too busy. James Toney likes to fight in spots. James Toney relies on his defense to stop your offensive output.
But let's face it, James Toney wasn't always in the best of shape. He was very inconsistent. He lost.
It's like they said, he never liked to do road work or anything. And they said, I remember his coach said, listen, if he's going to do road work or sparring, I'd much rather him do sparring.
He lost to that guy, Dave Tabiri? We thought he lost that fight.
That was right. That was right in his chance. 160 run. That was right in the middle of his 160 run. Yeah. He definitely lost to Dave Tiberi. Yeah, for sure.
Drake Dazzi gave him a tough fight. Yeah, he's had some tough fights.
Yeah, volume.
I'll go with Joe. I'll go with Joe. The only guy that I think that would be hard for Calzaghe is maybe Andre Ward. But
Andre Ward, yeah, that's the only time. That's the only one that was a toss up. But I do think. But I will tell you this. I think a prime Roy Jones beat Joe Calzaghe.
You could make that argument, but you know why I don't like that argument too, Eric? Though, because they're like Roy Jones was 39 when he fought Calzaghe. Calzaghe was 37, so they were kind of both out of their primes.
I get you.
But again,
Roy Jones had him out in that fight. Wasn't it the second round? And
he knocked him. It was kind of like it was like a flash knockdown, but he wasn't really.
I think he was hurt in the Hopkins fight.
He was probably more hurt in the Hopkins fight, yeah. But the Jones one was kind of because Jones hit him kind of like with this part of the glove. It was kind of like a weird way he hit him.
But I tell you, man, to beat both of those guys,
yeah.
I mean, it's hard to deny it.
Well, people say Roy Jones was like one of the greatest pound for pound fighters of all time. He was the best of the best fighter of the '90s.
For sure.
That's what they said.
Think that's I think that's for sure.
No one even questions it.
No. Well, prime Roy Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, nobody's beating that guy. Xander Zayas. This is interesting, Beeb. Signs with Bad Bunny. He signs a publicity and marketing deal.
Yeah.
He said to bring opportunities outside the ring that he wasn't getting before. And let me tell you what, I've said this for a long time, and I know you said the same thing. This guy is Madison Avenue, man. He looks like a model. He looks like a model, man.
Listen,
and he's very well spoken.
Yes.
He's a good guy, nice guy.
This guy is marketable. He's promotable, and he likes talking to people. You know what I mean? He's a pleasant guy. Like he enjoys this type of setting, this atmosphere. He likes being not only a fighter, but he likes engaging with the media, the fans. He doesn't have a problem with it. You know?
No.
He doesn't have a problem with it. So whether or not he's going to be the man, I know I've questioned whether or not, but I can't say anything bad about him. I can't knock his hustle. Knock his hustle.
Yeah, no, I think he's great, man. But they're always looking for that next Puerto Rican star. Did you notice that? They're always looking for the next Trinidad, the next Cotto, the next whoever, you know. So we'll see. We'll see, man. I don't think he's the next Cotto. I don't think he's the next Trinidad.
I don't either.
But I will say, listen, he's definitely marketable, and he's a good fighter. That's the other thing that gets looked past here. He's a good fighter.
Yeah, I'd love to see him fight. A Virgil Ortiz or Sebastian Fondora.
Yeah, for sure.
Israel Madrimov or something. I'd like to see him fight those guys.
Yeah, I would too, man. I would too. All right, guys, that'll do it for this edition of Ringside Reporter. As always, you can catch Joe Habib on X at JHabib1. Find our YouTube channel at ringsidereporter.com, and you can find me on X at ringside73. Guys, you have a great weekend. Go Cincinnati Reds. They're in the playoffs now.